What's so funny?
We're gonna be talking about things you should be looking for when getting a coach, and also things you should be looking for when getting a coach. That's literally what you just said.
Well, they need to know. They need to make doubly and triply sure they know what they're getting into over here. This is like take 7. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. It's the Danny and Giacomo show these days, right? I'm gonna do my best to like keep my personality chill, but you're gonna be seeing a lot more of me. This is a pretty exciting topic for me. It is what to not look for in a coach. Red flags, basically.
So the opposite of all of the content we've put out about like what to look for in a coach, because we always try to keep things really positive around here, but we're gonna drink a little haterade for a second here, and we are going to talk about some things you should probably avoid in a coach. So if you're looking for a coach, maybe avoid these things.
I'd say the most important thing to be aware of, step 1, is to focus on the coach and not the athlete. Focus on the way that person coaches others and how they're looking to do that. If a person sells themselves, this is me, this is my total on the platform, this is what I've done as a bodybuilder. If that's how they're selling themselves as a coach, they're probably not individualizing their programs. Maybe they are a great coach, but personally, when I'm looking into working with somebody, it's all well and good that they've accomplished something for themselves, but I wanna know what they can do for me. I wanna know what their coaching methods are. I wanna start asking others who they've worked with what their experience was. I wanna ask that coach, and basically I wanna tell them my personal situation, and then their response should be answering my questions, and their response should be telling me what suggestions they would have as far as to how they would guide me on my fitness journey.
Yeah, so I think like the red flag here would be if all that a person talks about is their own athletic journey and not how that could relate to someone else or how that would translate to a completely different type of athlete. If all they know is themselves, they're gonna treat everyone just like themselves, and most people won't respond well to that. So a very sort of look at me social media platform that doesn't offer a whole lot of value to a variety of readers, or at least to their target client, right? I think is a pretty big red flag that maybe all they have going on is a really banging body or a really impressive athletic career personally, but not a lot of experience in translating that to other folks.
And not to take anything away from that person, they may very well be a good coach, but it is definitely one of those red flags that light up and you say to yourself, all right, well, let me investigate a little deeper.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of phenomenal coaches out there that are also phenomenal athletes, and there is something to be said for like having an athletic experience yourself. Like I do think that is kind of important. Like take 3DMJ. All of the athletes on 3DMJ, for example, are all incredibly accomplished athletes, but they're also incredibly accomplished coaches that work with people that are nothing like themselves and also have great results.
What about you? What would you say is like your first big red flag?
So red flags to me are what I call like coaching mills or chop shops, people that they offer their services as though it's one-on-one coaching, but it's not actually one-on-one coaching. It's either a blanket program that everyone gets, or it's group coaching without really explaining that it's group coaching. Chop shops essentially just take on client after client after client after client. There is no cap because there doesn't need to be a client cap when you're literally sending everybody the same thing. And there's a few ways you can tell if someone is doing that. One, if there are thousands of people using their coaching hashtags or what have you, then they probably have thousands of clients. Now, there have been periods in my life where I have been so busy, I felt like my head was gonna explode, and I maxed out at 60 one-on-one clients. And I did that for the better part of a year, and that left me with like no time to eat, sleep, or train. It was hell. I'll never do it again. So if someone has hundreds of clients, there's no possible way that they're getting one-on-one attention. Another way that you can tell if someone is kind of utilizing this tactic is if every time they share a picture of one of their clients, if they look like they just stepped off the cover of a fitness magazine, chances are they have hundreds, maybe even thousands of clients, and just the law of averages states that some of them are going to look like they stepped off the cover of a magazine. And when you have that many clients, you can really cherry pick the ones that you choose to highlight on social media or on the internet. So what you want to be looking for is decent progress pictures, should someone choose to share progress pictures. And always bear in mind that the people who are willing to share progress pictures generally had pretty good progress in the first place, so there's like a confirmation bias going on there. But yeah, you also want to see people, their starting point was average or even below average. If someone's starting point is already that they were in phenomenal shape to start, well, even if they make a little bit of progress, they're gonna look phenomenal afterwards also. But it all comes down to the law of averages, that if you have thousands of clients, 15 or 20 of them look like they could turn pro in bodybuilding tomorrow, well, then those are the pictures that you're gonna share. It's really easy to be duped into thinking someone, like all of someone's clients are having phenomenal results when they just have so many that are all using the same program that they can just share it, and people think that it's like everybody's getting results like that.
Yeah, and going on that, know what you're getting. If someone promises you the world, it's probably too good to be true. There's nothing wrong with buying a 12-week program from someone, right? That's not one-on-one coaching per se, but does potentially have some individualization to it, meaning your macros are calculated. Maybe you check in with that person once every, say, 3 or 4 weeks via email, but it's not a one-on-one coaching type of relationship. And if it's being sold as such, I mean, I get the marketing and the hype and all that stuff and getting a person interested in buying into what you do. It's so important to know what you're getting and what you're getting into. And I guess I'd look at it like this. If someone's charging, say, $100 or $200 for a 3-month program, chances are they're not giving you one-on-one attention on a regular basis. Alternatively, if someone's asking for several thousands of dollars for a 3-month program, you have to wonder why that is as well. So, you know, paying too much or too little for something, that, to me, that's a red flag.
This part I feel like really definitely comes down to the client, that you need to do your research about what you're getting. Sometimes it's like smarmy marketing tactics that make people think they're getting one-on-one coaching when they're not really. But as somebody who's about ready to fork over your hard-earned cash, you have to be willing to find out exactly what it is you're getting. Like Giacomo said, if you're paying $100 a month for coaching, it's probably not one-on-one coaching. It's probably a program, which is fine. Programs have their place and not everybody needs one-on-one coaching. But if you are getting one-on-one coaching to the tune of $200 plus, upwards, you know, gets very high, per month for coaching, you should be getting one-on-one attention, whether that's weekly attention or bi-weekly attention or what have you. One-on-one coaching means you are communicating with your coach, whether it's via emails, texts, videos, audios, but I don't think a Facebook group quite cuts it in terms of one-on-one coaching. That's not one-on-one coaching, that's a Facebook group, and you can join those for free if you want to. So yeah, I just feel like those are really important things to understand. And then last up, bonus red flag for now, and there are lots, right? Like there are lots. We could turn this into a whole series. We could turn this into a whole podcast of shit talking, which is something that we try really hard to not do. I don't know, maybe you guys want to hear that. I feel like so many of you want to hear our thoughts about these things, even though we try to be really diplomatic.
I don't know, we want to save the drama, you know what I mean?
Last bit, if you are about to hire a coach and they have horrendous form in the gym and they are throwing weight around and flailing weight around and don't have any control of the weight that they're using, probably not someone who should be teaching you how to lift.
Just saying.